Hello world, my name is Derek Braid. Welcome to another tutorial on Introduction to Data Science. The objective of this video is to take an HTML table and convert it into JSON. So we're going to use the Chrome Developer Tools. We're going to take our information from hockeyreference.com. I've chosen Hall of Famer Sil Apps for no other reason than I think he's got a cool name. So let's get started. As you can tell here, we've got a standard HTML table. And the first thing we want to do is grab this header row. We're going to use these as a reference for storage of the data. So in essence, this top rows are going to become the keys in our JSON object. So to do that, we're going to create a variable called columns, and we're going to use jQuery to grab that information. So we want stats, basic, NHL, thead, tr, th, and we're going to use the jQuery map function, and we're going to return the text. And let's see what we've got. Okay, sweet. So let's set the variable headers equal to calls.splice 1031. Now I've done this ahead of time, so I've counted. The information we don't need is everything before seasons. So we're going to get rid of that with the splice method, and we're going to get this variable called headers. So just to reiterate, headers is seasons, age, team, league, etc., which represents these up here. Okay, so that's the easy part. Now we're going to write one beast of a function, and we're going to call this table object. And we're going to do something very similar to what we just did, in that we're going to go back in, and instead of fetching the actual row, instead of fetching the headers, we're going to fetch the data inside the table here. So to do that, we're going to leverage jQuery again, stats, basic, NHL. We're going to go into the body of the table, each row, and we're going to omit the TD for now, and that'll become obvious in a moment. So again, we're going to leverage the map function, and you're going to insert I there because we need that index to reference for later. So the first thing is we need an object. So I'm going to create an empty object, and I'm going to call it row. Then we're going to go ahead and find each table data element with a function, also using the index. And we're going to do a variable row name equal to headers I. So it's going to recursively go through each of the strings in our headers array as seen here, and it's going to assign the data corresponding to that to the proper name. So to do that, we're going to take our empty row object, and we're going to pass it row name each time we go through the loop. And row name, or pardon me, we're going to set this equal to the text. Very straightforward, except in this instance the text is relating to the TD, the actual data within our table itself, which is what we want. Of course, we need to return our row object, and then we're going to do a .get at the end of this, which helps escape the jQuery object, which, correct me in the comments if you know exactly why we're going to do this, but let me clear that. Repeat that, what's called table object, and what do you know? We've got a nice tidy bit of data all stacked up. So to see this visually, what I want to do is do console.table, and then again call my table object, Really cool feature of Chrome DevTools, console.table, and it's going to display that nice and neatly. So you can see what we've got now is an exact representation of what is in that HTML. Why do we want to do that? Well, now we can do json.stringify and then pass it my table object. And there you have it. We've got exactly what we came here for, is, whoops, a JSON object, which we can copy. We can copy. We can lint it just to make sure that everything is kosher. And that's it. We're ready to go. We've got a bunch of objects that are representative of that HTML table. So thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, correct me. If you've got a better way to do this, share it with me. This is Derek from cashflow.ca. See you later.